Good morning, students. Now we are going to do the port address translation. So, if you basically see here, the requirement of this port address translation comes when we are not sure about the IP address that we can use for the network address translation. When the ISP is giving us some set of IP addresses which will be permanent, that can be served for translating the internal network IP address, then we have the static method and also the dynamic NATing. But when we are not sure about the IP address, what will be assigned for the network, the inside network, now we are referring that is 192.168.30.0. In such a case, actually we go for what is known as port address translation. So we are going to assign an IP address that will be randomly assigned by the ISP for the purpose of network address translation to the inside network, right? So this is what we are going to show in this video, and that we'll just check. Now, as I have said in my previous two videos of network address translation, now we have to, as a first step, complete the basic communication connectivity between the end devices, that is actually 192.168.30.10, 192.168.30.20, and also 192.168.50.10, right? All these devices should be able to communicate with each other. So let us do that task. So let us check whether the devices are able to communicate with each of them. Let me just go to this PC and then try to ping 50.10. So request timeout. So let us go here as well. 30.10 reverse ping. So it's also saying that not reachable. So let us go and do the default routing in router R1 and router R2. Let us go to the command line interface. So let us actually go to IP route 0.0.0 0.0.0.0, and then the next hop interface for the router R1 will be 192.168.40.10. So let us do the same configuration here. So this will be IP route 0.0.0.0 0.0.0.0 192.168. The next hop router interface will be 40.1. Okay, so this is done. Now let us check the communication as the first step. 50.10. We'll see what is happening. So as we normally do, let us just check the communication between them. So they are communicating with each other here. Reverse pinging. Yes, let me go and ping 38.30.10. So that is reply. So both the machines are communicating with each other. Now let us go and configure port address translation. So interface, So let us just choose the interface gigabit 0/0. Then we have to configure IP NAT inside. Then I have to call again the interface gigabit 0/1, the outside interface. Then I will say IP NAT outside. So this is done. Now let us create the access group. Now all the machines here in this 192.168.30.0 network will be grouped under the access list 10, that is the standard access list. So access list 10 permit 192.168.30.0. The wildcards 0.0.0.2. So this covers all the machines in the network 192.168.30.0. So next is NAT inside IP NAT inside source list 10. Outside will be based on the interface gigabit 0/1. Then we will include the overload command. So the use of overload command was already discussed in our previous video where we discussed about the dynamic NAT. So that is all our work here. Let us actually check whether this is really working. So let us go and start the debug IP NAT. So debugging is on. Now once again let us communicate. So now let us go to our router and check what happened. Look here, my friends, 192.168.30.10. right now it is changed to 192.168.40.1 and the destination is 50.10, right? So as we can see this one, the actual network interface is actually that is communicating is 30.10, that is actually this machine, right? But it is translated into 192.168.40.1. Actually the outside interface IP address alone is shown, but not the internal network IP address. Now the same way, if you see while returning the reply from the 192.168.50.10, the source is 192.168.50.10 and it says the destination is 192.168.40.1. Now the internal network IP 192.168.30.10 is hidden, right? So this is the end of today's discussion. Thank you very much. This method is known as port address translation. Right now you may ask, actually there is no physical ports that are involved, and how do you say that this method is a port address translation method, right, of NATing? For example, let us say that the IP address 192.168.40.1 is the IP address with which all the machines inside this network will go to the internet. Okay, now if this 192.168.40.1 will be the IP address for all the machines, how the individual machines will be identified? So the request from the individual machines will be integrated with the port number from where they emerge, and so the reply from the internet to that port will be enabled, right? So this method is port address translation for this reason. Thank you very much. We'll be meeting with another new video soon.